ho, ho! It's that time again. Rage across the internet. It's your very favorite Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. Sitting at the top of the nice list. It's our very own CJ.
Howdy, y'all.
Queen of the naughty list. It's our very own M.
Hello.
And at the top of an entirely different list we're not legally allowed to talk about, it's the one and only Daniel Tyson.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
I'm your host, Porter Claus, and let's get it together because this is our Christmas special. Can we say ho, 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 now I have a machine gun?
I didn't even say hi yet. Ho, 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 bitches.
That's not what I said. No wonder.
That was perfect, Porter.
Thank you.
Fuck, how long have you been holding on to that?
This morning.
Yeah. So about 6 hours.
I guess so at this point.
At least.
That was the version I was going to do my Santa voice the whole time, but then I thought that's going to sound too much like the worm.
I guess we have to sing Jingle Bells now.
You know, it was going to be CJ Rudolph and M. Krampus and...
Accurate.
Right?
Accurate.
And then Daniel Tyson and his list we're not allowed to discuss.
Yep. That was never going to change.
Naughty, nice, and yours. I mean, look.
Glad you gave me the naughty one.
Again, I felt... I know my people. Come on.
God. Merry Christmas.
Merry X-Mans, my friends.
Oh.
It is the RAI Holiday Special.
Holiday Special.
With less Wookiees.
And more cookies.
I was going to say perhaps more Harvey Korman, but probably cookies is more likely.
Yeah.
None for you, though.
Me or M?
No, the people listening.
Oh. Come over to my house, I'll bring you cookies.
And you'll see why he's on the list. So maybe don't.
Nice try. Get him in the basement somehow.
Right? Nice
try. Trap. Need to set up a trap for that one.
It's the abominable Snow Tyson.
Fuck yeah.
More like Herbie the Elf. He was a dentist. Yeah.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say because he's a dentist. Yes.
Yes, fun times. We have our own fun. Welcome to Rage Across the Internet. Your normally, your show where we discuss aspects of Werewolf the Apocalypse from the perspective of both the new and experienced players and storytellers. Today, however, is Christmas. Like, it's actual Christmas.
It really is it like that day?
Maybe.
Because we're in the time-averse, so definitely not recording on Christmas.
I believe it's actual Christmas.
Yes, December 24th is on a Tuesday.
So it's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Close enough.
I'm a grown man who doesn't know when Christmas is.
I mean, they're the same. Fuck it.
No, it's Christmas. So there you go. It's Christmas Eve, but people don't say Merry Christmas Eve. I mean, like 6 people do, and they're assholes.
Yeah, and they're going to say it on today. So
maybe it's people who know someone named Eve, but...
You couldn't hold that one back.
Hey, this is our podcast. It's Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yep. One would argue it is our Christmas party.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
So today, we're just going to have some fun. We're going to do a little state of the podcast kind of thing and talk a little behind the scenes maybe. And then we actually have a pretty big announcement as well.
Yeah.
So... like, you're going to want to hang out and laugh with us and have a good time anyway, I'm sure. But even if you don't, if you're like, well, I like your show, but I hate you guys. Fucking weirdo.
We still have something for you.
Yeah, we still have something for you. So now you're tricked, and you have to sit through this because it's a pretty big announcement.
And shoot, I'm glad you're still here.
I don't know if I am. I don't like your attitude. If that's going to be the way it is.
I don't mind it.
She's trying to drag you to her list.
You know,
That's the naughty list.
don't. Danny,
Yes.
are you saying you want me to be naughty?
Fuck off. Don't ever say that again to me.
Is that what you want?
No, don't. I said don't ever say it again to me.
You're welcome, certain members of our audience.
Oh, man. Listen here.
And maybe Em, because she got real quiet.
You could make that his ringtone.
No, I was just listening to Danny freak out.
Uh-huh.
Well, if you saw his face, you'd freak out too. That's not the face you
I gotta
say to
be-
another man,
I got a mop, it's
especially your son.
Something Sweet Home Alabama.
Yep.
Wow.
We're having fun.
Already.
Yeah.
Right, already.
Well, again, Christmas special, Christmas party. We're getting whatever.
Yeah, like, I don't even think as a collective here we're all that into Christmas.
Nah.
But fuck it.
Yeah. But again, it's the
So
end
you
of the
used to
year.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the end of the year. You know, we're going to start up a new season in just, 2 weeks? Because that's how time works.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got today, we've got New Year's, which I believe is the actual play questions.
Sounds right. The keeper of the schedule, CJ, that he could verify that, but that sounds right.
Well, it's that or the discussion. And I
The
think
discussion.
Is it? Because
Yeah.
I thought we were going to move the questions till later. So they'd have the extra week. But we're recording on the same day, so it does not fucking matter.
One of those.
Yeah.
I think we were doing them both on the same day.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
Like, originally we weren't, but turns out we are. So it no longer matters
Yeah.
what order they air. So,
Who cares?
Right?
Yeah.
We're either discussing or we're answering questions.
yeah. Point is, we're not doing anything, really. We're phoning it in.
Yep.
Nah, it's not true.
We're talking about the actual play.
No, that's true. There's value in that. Either we're
hope
answering
so.
people's questions, or hopefully they're getting insight from your perspective and my perspective about how it's gone so far. Look, that's of value. This won't be.
Well, save for the announcement.
Other than the
The
announcement,
announcement, yes, but at the same time, entertainment still has
yeah,
value.
yes, there is value in entertainment. And if you do value the entertainment we provide, guess what? We appreciate you. And, we appreciate the shit out of our backers.
Fuck yeah, we do.
And so I think maybe we start there as we take a moment to thank the people that have our back, that have been kind enough to support us and get all those tasty rewards, which we'll talk about afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But we never bring them up. And it's my... I mean, no, we I think we meet once a year.
I mean, as far as them personally, yes.
Talk to him often enough.
No, yeah, we talk to them all the time. We're right there in the Discord. We hang out on backer nights. That's not the issue.
Right.
We appreciate them, and I hope you all know that. But we never read it on the air. We never thank them. So we're doing that.
We're gonna take a
Let's
second.
do that. Take a second.
We're going to take that second. We're going to thank you, each individual, personally.
So, we want to say thank you to the Film Twit, to Christy, to Nicole, our buddy Reesley and Wrath, Case and Snow, our good buddy Ginger, and of course Filimanjaro.
And then another thank you to CJ.
Who?
Some C, go look over there. C and J. To Grant, Lars, Cathadian, Ghostpaw, Ren and his mate, and Madam Badger.
Big thank you to M. Know who that is. Hush, Old Rage, Stu, or Thumb, and Kiddock.
And thank yous to Hera Hello, Courage, Cobalt, Cosmic Serpent, Redcoat, Operator, and Strides.
Seriously, thank you all. It means the world to us. You help keep us doing this. It's a big deal. And if you're not one of those people, and you're like, hey, I want someone in the cast to read my name off maybe once a year.
Well, we can't forget that there are other backers who have been there before who maybe currently aren't backing at the moment.
No, that's true. There have been plenty who have supported us for as long as they could, or,
And it's always appreciated.
Yes.
Every little bit of it. Thank you to all those who have put in. It's such a big deal.
No, it is. It means the world to us. But if you want to, if you weren't one of those people we just mentioned, and you want to help us out too, if you like what we do, if you want to support us, if you want to help, because we can use the help. We can always use the help.
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't continue this without it.
We couldn't continue this without it.
Yeah, that too.
You'd have to clean up the basement. I'd have to live there. It'd be a nightmare.
I hope you're hungry. There's a lot of stuff down there.
I don't. You can join us on our Ko-Fi, and that's ko-fi.com/rage across the internet. One word, as Em likes to remind us.
Yes. Very important. It's one word.
Yep. And,
when you type it into the Ko-Fi.
There we have our backer tiers. Well, it's also on our website, but we can back end around to that.
Mm-hmm.
There are several tiers, so you can choose your level. We also have the store there that we sell the previous postmortems, which is one of the backer rewards. But, we have everything from our backer-sponsored hangout night once a month. We have our game team. We've got the NPC of the Month Club. And we've got the Postmortem series, which is a look back at previously run stories, where we go over those plots, and we look at it from the player perspective, from the story. It's an extra episode filtered through the past of the games that I have run.
Right. It's a look back and a retrospect kind of view, making it a fun time all over again. And postmortems are so much fun.
Yeah, they're a little more candid too. We do our own thing there. More than if you think this is. No, this is the structured version.
The structured version. Think about that for a minute.
All right. What I think last month, I think October's, it was 40 minutes before we acknowledged that we had started recording.
Yep. It was still a 2-hour episode.
Right? 40 minutes before we even acknowledged werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
It started with Sam Rockwell, and somehow it also ended with Sam Rockwell. I have no idea how that happened.
Goodness.
It was fantastic.
That was one of my favorite things we've ever recorded.
Yeah, I would probably agree. It's probably the top 5 things.
It was a great bit. Not the point. If you're in a position and you want to help, hey, we have this tier so we can give something back to say thank you. But, every bit counts and it would mean the world to us. However, if you can't, we understand because we know what it's like. We live in the world.
Yeah, the world sucks.
We got bills too. Everything sucks. So if you can't, you can still help us by giving us some really positive reviews, dropping those thumbs ups and the 5 stars and if you can hear a podcast somewhere, we're on it. Getting that out there, the word of mouth, it's all a big deal. And by the way, we were talking about this earlier, is, I had forgotten that we're both on Amazon and Audible.
Yeah, I didn't remember that either. So
right. So Amazon is rife. We can use the boom. Give us lots of 5s, high 5s, all 5s all the time.
All the
whatever's in your heart.
Yeah.
But the Audible reviews.
Yeah.
There's some heartwarming fucking reviews in there, man.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
Like,
because I didn't even. It took me a minute to remember that podcasts were on Audible.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow. Let's see what we got here. Holy shit, reviews. And yeah, absolutely, fucking heartwarming. They're like,
these are some really nice reviews.
Yeah, they hit me. I did not expect to read any of them, and all of them are there. It was humbling,
right? I read all our reviews because I don't like myself too well.
I get it. I get it because I'm on there too. Yeah.
No, but for real, so if you are one of those people, thank you so much. there was some really, really sweet fucking reviews there. We really appreciate it. This show is absolutely a labor of love, and we try our best. I know I try. I'm going to speak for you guys. To get people to see the game the way I see it. To love the game the way I love it, and to be able to sit here and hang out with my friends and have a blast, and it's a big deal. And
Yes,
to see that means something to people and that it's appreciated. It's the kind of thing that helps me keep going.
I agree. 100% agree, because, again, we've always said you get out of this game what you put into it, and that goes along with this podcast, too. So we're putting a lot of fucking effort into bringing this show to life and entertaining you all. So the fact that you guys are liking it that much helps big time to know that we're doing a somewhat decent job.
If you're listening and reviewing, or one or the other, thank you. It's awesome to see. Yeah, exactly. Both is great.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Well, so now here's something too, because the podcast has changed. It has grown over the years.
Changed. Yeah. We've had some new names, some old names, I'm not a big fan of change. So when it happens and it's a good thing, it feels good.
There's been a lot of change, a lot of growth over the years of the podcast. I will say I'm really happy. It sucks. It sucks losing Tom, right?
Yeah.
Certainly. And people come and go, and sometimes that's really unfortunate. But I look at here, in CJ and M. I'm really glad you guys are here with us.
Me too.
I think you guys have been both of you have been such a great addition to the cast. And so I do want to thank you. I want to thank you both for joining us, for being here with us.
Thanks for having us and giving us the chance, I'll say.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. And it feels like it's going to keep being fun.
Oh, it won't.
Good long while.
It won't. Nope. We said there's an announcement, so...
No, the honeymoon's over, bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Time to put your asses to work.
Yep. Perfect.
When you invited me to join the actual play, I didn't expect to end up right here, but here I am, and it's a good time.
Well, and I think I was going to probably start with you because you are the latest edition. How is this for you? I mean, the whole thing. You went from, and it's all been this year. It's like Timeverse, right? But it's all been.
Yeah.
Yeah, within the Timeverse, it's just been this year, and yeah, it's been a good time. I started off just on the Let's Play, or the actual play, sorry, and then you invited me on a couple shows, and then I'm kind of here on all of them now, and it's been a fun time talking to you guys, talking about Werewolf. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself.
Fantastic.
I hope you're enjoying me too. Shoot.
I mean, you're still here.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's fair.
Yep. I'm just gonna mimic what Porter said, and both of you two are an excellent addition to our show, and we couldn't be happier. It's a big deal. Both of you are here and still here. Thank you. Your help keeping it fun.
Oh, we'd kill each other by now.
100%. I'm glad to have prevented that homicide.
In like episode X4, one of the two men enter, one man leaves.
The ultimate version of the litany debate. Because we both know who would win the debate, but it's, who's going to win the fight of it.
No, exactly.
You gotta give Danny a chance.
No, again, I know he'd win the debate, but there's going to be a fight afterward. And I'm not saying I would win the fight either. I'm just saying there would be a fight.
That's what I said. You gotta give him a chance.
Yeah, right. I'll keep a hammer on his side of the fucking room. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I you guys both started as listeners. which thank you for that. We just went over the backers, so we both know that you're both still backers, which is super amazing.
And kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, neither one of you have to be, and you both know that, so thank you so much. Like, you think about that, right? Like, they're both on the postmortems. Like, what are they fucking paying for?
Right. Yeah, you guys don't have to, and you both know it. And
right?
It's like,
you just choose to.
sure, I'm going to listen to it because I just edited the fucking thing.
It's a good thing we are, because now we can see each other when we play.
That's true.
That too. And of course, Porter's going to listen to the postmortem because, hey, I just edited it. It's time for some quality control.
Right.
Did I miss something? Just double check for me.
But, I mean, no, it means a lot. But that's the thing, is you guys started as listeners, you became backers, and obviously through hanging out on the Discord, we become friends. Yeah, and like, here you are on the show now.
Uh-huh.
How is that?
It's a lot of fun, but, thinking back on it now, especially for me, it's just fucking bizarre, since I remember fighting this podcast. I think you guys were on, like, episode 58 or something.
That was a long time ago.
And it was the height of the quarantine.
Jesus.
And so just from all of that to deciding to just hang out in the voice chat for a little while one day, and then cascade of events that lead to right here.
It's true.
It's been a wild ride, and it's been a fun one, that's for damn sure.
And I would have never gone looking for this podcast if Strides hadn't told me about it and invited me to play a werewolf game with him on the not on the podcast, but on the Discord. And so I started listening to the podcast so I could learn what werewolf was about, because I had never played it before. I've only heard of it. And then I started playing, listening to the podcast, eventually became a backer, became friends with everybody, and it's been a good time.
Say, this could be you. It probably won't be, but this could be you.
I do want to kind of emphasize a little something, because they both said it. In even before they said it, Porter, you said it.
You're adopted?
Thank you for reminding me.
Anytime.
But friends. They've become our friends.
Of course.
And just like, I'd say close to 99% of the Discord. Because we built that community, and we consider everyone there our friend.
Well, Phil.
And it's... And when Porter was making the list of the backers to thank, he thought of who to put on whose list so we could thank our favorite peoples. And I'm sure that was difficult for him to divvy up what friends to give each other.
Well, there was the reason Strides was last. I'll say
He's
that.
my person.
Yep.
Gosh.
No, some of those were placed deliberately.
Yeah, some of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some of those were randomly placed, but yeah, there were some deliberate choices.
Yeah, and again, Strides being last Strides, I think, probably, I'd say one of the originals as far as backers.
That's true. He is one of the few people who are grandfathered in to our Patreon.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We've made some serious friends. Whether they're backers or not, we've made some good friends here in our own community that we built. So even if we didn't list your name specifically, we love you all. You're all a huge help to what we're doing here.
And then Phil.
What's wrong with a filibuster?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I'm just busting his balls, and I plan to bring him onto a show next year.
That's always fun too. We get to bust each other's balls with each other, with other friends here in the Discord, with other friends just listening.
We have a good time. We play games, we chat, we talk about life, we talk about werewolf.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Absolutely.
That's the thing, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, but it bears repeating, is that there's so much out there in the world that sucks, and there are so many things that tear us apart and put us at each other's throats that doesn't really need to happen, but that's not the point. The point is here with us in our community, we want this to be a place where we focus on the shit that we love that brings us together. You know, it's, that's why we rarely have to do it. We have so few rules, and very rarely do people even get in trouble. It's just usually like a, hey, reminder, because we have seen this start a fight before.
Yeah.
That's normally what all it ever is.
Uh-huh.
And that's why, because we don't need the static. We can all just have a good time and talk about the shit we love and laugh and, focus on the shit that makes us happy, that brings us together, because we're just a community and we are all in this together, whether we want to believe that shit or not.
Yeah, no one's against each other. We're all with each other.
And built something awesome here with the Rage Across podcast and fucking Discord.
I think it's really cool how many games are being played on the Discord.
It's every day now, isn't it?
I think
there's at least one game a day.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There's a couple days where it's at least there's one or two, there's more than one game going on.
Well, and I know Phil's about to start one, and M is going to start one soonish. That's not the announcement.
That's not the announcement.
It's not the announcement.
It's not the announcement.
But there's still lots of people in the looking for a game chat that are looking for a game to play in, too.
Right?
CJ's starting another game, isn't he?
Not Werewolf, but yeah, no, but it's all people that I found from the Discord.
I was going to say, throw them under the bus, man.
And I am planning on inviting some people to play in a game with me on the Discord for a very particular time that a lot of people have been looking for in the last few months.
That's awesome.
Am I hearing you looking to fill an overseas time slot? Is that what I'm getting?
Yes, I will be filling in an overseas time slot.
Look at that.
We
have people who have been, and it's funny to me sometimes because there's like 5 of them. I'm like, well, why don't one of you just tell and you can be in the group?
I was gonna say there's a handful of people who all want to be in a game around the same exact time. Yeah, like, hey, one of you can just be a storyteller.
Right?
Once I have the time to do it, I'll do it.
So there's the answer.
And the time will come. The time is coming.
Straight from Morris Day's mouth.
Morris Day.
And the time.
No, I got it.
Okay. That's what the M's for.
Oh, I figured.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it stands for.
See? We knew it. Mystery solved. M for mystery.
No, M for pay attention. M for Morris Day.
Yeah, but there's more than one M. It's MM, so it's
No, it's EM.
That's what the M's for.
Maybe the E's for emergency. Or exit. That's what I'm going to do.
Emergency exit.
It's 2 E's.
I said or. Look, the first one's silent, the second one's invisible. What are we doing?
We're having a good time.
Merry Christmas.
So, I mean, I guess we kind of been doing it already. So we have a This Week in Bullshit. I mean, we've already been doing this.
I mean, right.
I mean, we did say it. Today's not really a Werewolf the Apocalypse show.
But you know what? It's fucking a half hour. Fuck it, it's time for This Week in Bullshit. What?
It happens.
It does. M, you go first.
Well, the E stands for epichlorohydrin. And
Kidding.
No, for This Week in Bullshit, yeah. Well, I have recently been excited that next year I will be going to Sweden Rock again, and that's exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 5-day festival of rock music.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a 5-day festival of rock music. It happens every year in Sweden, and some really cool bands are going to be there this year. So we are definitely going, and there's a huge group of us, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Is it all Swedish rock bands, or is it just...
That's just ABBA.
No, there's some
ABBA?
from the United States, some from Denmark. They're all over the place, like all over the world. People come to perform here, and it's like different groups every single year. They don't really repeat after like every year, so it's different every year. It's really cool.
There. Not our friend Lars, but Lars Ulrich.
Why is he going to sue people?
Oh, he's from Denmark.
I don't think that's true.
Yes, he is. I swear he is.
Is he from Denmark like you're Irish?
I'm not Irish.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I am
The drummer of
I
Metallica.
lost.
I think Metallica's been there at some point in time.
See? Look at that.
Yeah, he's the little
I mean,
spider
on
guy
every
that sues
continent.
everybody.
Yeah, there's different bands every year. Like the first year I went, I saw like Nightwish and Amarante.
That's
So
pretty
that was
rad.
really cool.
That sounds cool.
This next year, I'm excited to see like Korn and Opeth and Sabaton.
All right.
And
See,
then
this is pretty
Slipknot's also going to be there, and so is Skillet. I've seen Skillet before, so I guess I'll see them again.
See, yeah, no, you're like, I'm going to Sweden Rock, and I thought,
It was like a tourist rock.
yeah, like maybe it's like
Yeah.
it's like a stone that looks like the Swedish Chef or something.
No, it's a
I'm like, rad.
It's a 5-day. It's a 5-day festival, and we
Well,
camp out there. Like
look-
we get tents, and we set up tents, and we just drink, and then go into the place and like the festival area, listen to music, eat some food, come back, drink more, and rinse and repeat
So it's the
No.
Woodstock of Sweden.
That sounds good. So make sure
every year.
you donate so we can afford to move the equipment so we can do a show from Sweden Rock.
Well, she said Sweden Rock, and the first thing I thought of was just a family driving to a vacation, and there's just a giant rock on the side of the road.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're shaped like the Swedish Chef.
Yeah.
Much better than that.
Everyone's just taking a picture in front of a giant rock.
I mean, that is pretty cool, though.
And we'll be there all 5 days too. So
I didn't
also
know that.
exciting.
That's. I mean, this wasn't the announcement, but I guess it's part of it now. So make sure you get those donations in there and stick with them, because this is going to be a really expensive trip.
we want to go to Sweden Rock too.
Like, we're invited now, and
you better hop on the tickets. They sell out fast.
well, no, it's fine. We'll just take them from somebody at your party. You got friends you don't like as much as us, statistically.
Statistically. At least one of them.
Like, probably.
I'm looking at the lineup right now, and I've never heard of them before, but I'll definitely walk by. Cattle
Oh.
Decapitation.
Okay,
Perfect.
you're talking about the bands. I thought you were talking about the lineup of friends.
No, I've met most all of the people before that I'm going with.
See, most. So the ones you don't,
Yeah,
fuck them. We'll take
exactly,
No,
your
I think
tickets.
it's like somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend that I probably haven't met.
They don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fucking, they'll put them in the suitcase or something.
And heck, for some reason, if you're there, let me know. We
Oh, you'll
can
know
say hi.
before we get there.
Exactly.
Well, no, yeah, so they can come to the booth or whatever we're going to have set up for RAI.
Oh my goodness.
RAI Con at Sweden Rock.
Rima just trying to get the intro ready. It's a werewolf show. Something, I don't know. I'll get there.
Close enough.
Got to work on my Swedish Chef and then to incorporate it. I'll get there. I'll get there. When is it, How much time do I have to work on it?
It's June.
That's forever. I'll
Wow.
forget about this 12 times by then.
At
yeah.
least. At least.
I kind of wish this was the announcement. Now, this sounds like fun,
This would be a fun announcement, that's for damn sure.
right?
No, I'll be there as like a person just enjoying the music and drinking a lot.
I feel like I want to announce that we're going to tailgate Gen Con this year. That's not happening either. You think we get in the fucking parking lot and build a booth and just fucking
That would be cool.
just gonna squat in the parking lot for a couple days?
See, I would be up for
Let's get one of
that.
those pop-up like tents from Home Depot or something.
Right?
I'd be up for that because as much as I want to go to like a Gen Con or just a con in general, it's way too many fucking people for me.
What about like a Decepticon? Don't
mean, if they
acknowledge,
have
no,
those-
don't acknowledge that.
Yeah, it was still kind of funny.
It was.
I said kinda.
You're very nice.
Like, as much as I want to go to one of those, that's way too many fucking people.
Nah, get over that. You're going to go to a concert. Are you going to go to Swedish rock? You can't handle Gen Con.
Sweden rock.
Close enough.
Well, that's where they... Yeah, it's fine. How you handle Sweden rock if fucking... Gen Con?
I don't like crowds. I hate people.
Get over it. You're on the air. You're talking to people right now.
Yeah, but like they're not like crowding me right now.
Everyone, 123 Help Street. It's the Tyson Estate.
Tyson Estate.
Get there, stay out of the basement, and just crowd the shit out of the place.
If for some reason you guys ever are at a con, I've got some tips for you, Danny. Don't worry. I also don't like crowds, but there's ways to deal with it.
Does it involve
Surfing.
I was going to say flamethrowers.
No.
This guy.
How about flatulence?
No.
It was the first word that came to my mind. I couldn't think of anything else. They'll definitely stay away from me then.
Now I want to make Danny run a game on our Discord.
Nope.
I think we should do that.
Nope.
It could be a fun project.
I would never say no.
We can do it montage and everything.
You would never say no. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Danny.
Like
so you just agreed to do it. So good.
Yeah,
but like
they
as the
absolutely
storyteller, as the storyteller, I wouldn't say no to anything. Can I have a grand claim? Sure. Can my ones all be 10s? Yep. I'm
just
letting
made some
everything go.
players day.
Easy. If all your ones are 10s, then all your 10s are 1s. Easy. Fixed.
Mm-hmm.
See? You should be the storyteller then.
So she's going to be in a different game.
Like I said, we'll do a Rocky montage and everything, training you to be the best ST we can.
That'd be kind of neat.
Someday. Never.
Jim, oh my God.
CJ, what do you got for this week in bullshit?
Oh my, we're doing This Week in Bullshit?
We're still on that, yep.
Oh my God.
I honestly have nothing right now.
What happened?
I had just a really good This Week in Bullshit.
You did.
Yeah,
It just distracted so hard.
We got distracted that we forgot to do it, and then we got so good at with M's that we just forgot to keep going.
Did you have a stroke?
A little bit.
So good at with them.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
All right.
Word pasta.
Did you have anything for it? Because I really got nothing.
We planned this out. We didn't at all.
No, not at all.
No, you didn't.
I mean, or really, is your announcement really This Week in Bullshit?
No, it's a real announcement.
Yo, I know. I was just saying, we're going to lead into that or not. Are we holding off?
Danny's moving us along, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, Danny.
It's my rhythm, not your rhythm. I run this show. It's you.
It's not.
Well, you need to get Danny a little folding chair with producer on the back for whenever he starts acting up like this.
Yeah, right. Should maybe get like a monocle we'll make him put in. Give you an I can't breathe Paul, people that voice. Yes.
So did you have anything for This Week in Bullshit?
I did, but it's gone in the sea of the Swedish chef and our plans. And
You know, that's okay.
Em had 3 things at one point.
I forgot most of them, though.
Right? See, there you go.
It happened.
I wonder if we will have played our first match of Texas Chainsaw yet.
I'm hoping so. I'm really hoping so.
You know.
By the time the stairs, probably.
You know, our game team started with Dead by Daylight.
Uh-huh.
And we played that for years.
Yeah.
And that stopped.
Well, the game has fallen off.
It stopped for a few reasons, but it stopped.
Uh-huh.
And, like, I'm kind of glad because it made for some sweaty moments sometimes.
Some frustrating and irritating days.
Yep.
Real sweaty.
Like if those
Ripping.
Well, you know, sometimes, you know, those of you who were there hanging out, you know, sometimes, you know, there There were nights where I would express my displeasure with what the other team or the killer or whatever was doing in ways that was intended to make you laugh and undercut how fucking irritated I was.
Yes.
Yep.
Sometimes they landed, sometimes they didn't.
And also kind of insulting, but funny.
Oh, yes.
Very insulting. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
But, it just got to the point where it wasn't fun anymore.
Agreed.
And we had a hard time finding replacement games. We've tried stuff and nothing has stuck.
Right.
And now we're as of the recording, Danny, CG, and I have picked up Texas Chainsaw because it's cheap now.
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
And the crossplay can work now, so we can make that happen. We haven't played it yet, though.
Right.
There's been like a week that we've all had it, and we have not played yet.
I was going to say, but it's also been a week that we've all been fucking busy or something has been going on or both.
No, that's true. I had Plague. I might still have Plague.
Right.
Timeverse. I might be dead, frankly. We don't know.
Well, fingers crossed.
This is going to make for a weird announcement if I'm dead by now.
Fingers crossed that's not even a possibility.
Either I died or we're doing something cool. Stay tuned.
That's the announcement.
It's one or the other. I don't...
Something cool or it's ending.
And really, depending on how you feel about the show.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, we've had some replacements. We have some palate cleansers even. Because there are times where we get so many people playing games with us that there's just too many at one time to play like that kind of game.
Well, no, yeah. Picking a game can be difficult. Like what you do on our Wednesday hangouts for everybody is one thing, and what we do for our game team is, but you want to have a nice variety. You want to have stuff that the optimal amount of people can play. Right. You want it to be fun, though. It's a juggling act.
Yes, agreed.
I don't know what this had to do with anything.
Well, it's all three of us have the game now, and we haven't played yet, so...
Right. Which is also why we haven't bothered, like why Em hasn't heard about this yet. We're not
they leave me out of everything.
Well, it's not a thing yet, though. That's
That's why That's why you're not in it yet, because it's not a thing yet.
If we decide it's a thing, then we'll start pestering people.
It's super cheap. Get it now. Why didn't you tell me 10 minutes, like a week ago? It wasn't a thing yet.
And why don't you waste $10? Now you got to waste 20.
That too.
You're welcome for, I don't know. It's not even saving. I can't even argue that. Whatever.
Welcome for fun.
Right? But it's not all fun and games. We've had a pretty significant loss this year that I'd like to take a moment. Just a quick moment of silence for our dear Mango Pepsi Zero.
He said silence.
What a dick.
I'm apologize. Apologies. Yep. A moment of silence for Mango Pepsi Zero.
It was kind of the official drink of RAI. It's nectar of the gods. It was delicious, and we had converted several people.
Yes.
Thought maybe enough to... No. The monsters at the Pepsi Corporation. It would be legally inappropriate for me to suggest what some of their leisure activities might entail. But I think Chris Hansen would be interested. But those people have decided to discontinue this beloved product, and it just has left a hole in our hearts and has probably prevented a hole in our stomachs. But goodbye, Mango Pepsi Zero. We miss you.
Gone but not forgotten.
Well done, Porter. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
I wish you guys should have seen the somber look on Danny's. There's like he's somber. He's like, oh god, and then it's I don't really know what he's talking about, but this is sad.
Well, what's he gonna say? At first, but then you're like, oh wait, oh shit, oh no, he's serious.
I am serious.
So oh my god, he's serious. And then it was Mangy Pepsi Zero. I'm like, oh, no, but
no, he doesn't. I do mean it.
Kind of serious. It's kind of funny, but it's still kind of serious.
It can be both. It can be two things. Fuck you, Pepsi.
We no longer want your endorsement. Just kidding. We would love the endorsement.
No, I don't want it. Fuck yourself. Tell you what. I'll stop telling people that Pepsi gives you AIDS if you bring it back.
Allegedly.
You know what I did the other day? Is I opened a can of Diet Pepsi and found a woman's fingernail in it. Your move.
The next one better not have a finger.
Really, Porter? Just declare war with fucking Pepsi Cola, the fucking...
As far as you didn't, potentially suggest that they're of the worm.
But I could get away with that. I just fucking accused their board of pedophilia and alleged that their fucking products give you diseases and contain fingernails. We are so sued.
I threw out that allegedly for a reason.
You did. I didn't, though.
See, just part of the cast. It counts.
There you go. And it's hiding.
Yeah, M's already left.
She's not in the Discord anymore.
I never tasted the mango Pepsi Zero, so I can't
You missed
attest.
You did. It's all over now.
You know, that's what they say.
And the Zero was better than the regular.
Yeah. I attest to that 100% because there's the one time you ordered it. They gave you regular instead of Zero.
Yeah, because the guy couldn't read.
So, Danny, just take this because I don't want to fucking deal with it.
Right. I don't drink regular pop.
And yeah, so I drank it, and it was, okay, it's still good. But then I had the Zero, and it was 10 times better. And I don't even like diet pops.
Yeah.
But ever since then, I prefer the Zeros over regular now. And that goes for, I think every, pop.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't do regular pop. I grew up around the diet shit predominantly, so it's just...
It's understandable.
Yeah. Very stuff doesn't taste right.
Yeah, I don't really drink any kind of Cokes, so I can't really...
Well, there's only one Coke.
No.
Oh my goodness.
There's multiple Cokes for one. There's Cherry Coke, there's Diet Coke, there's Coke Zero, there's regular Coke, there's Coke Classic.
You know what I meant.
Yeah. Look, I'm on your side here, but also there are multiple beverages with Coke in the title. So
I just
I'm
grew
hitting
up
twice.
calling all soda Coke, okay? It doesn't matter what it was, it was called Coke.
Fucking damn.
CJ knows what I mean, I'm sure.
I know what you mean too, though. I spent time in Texas. That's what they do there.
I know it is.
Fucking all pop is Coke there.
I know. I have family in Texas.
And you don't call things pop. People look at you like you're crazy.
Right?
That's weird.
It's not, because it's the shortest nickname available. When you give someone a shorthand nickname, you don't use the long version. You don't call your buddy Mike, you don't call him Eichel.
Bet.
Somebody start doing that.
Hey, Eichel! I'm going to do it now.
That's his name for short.
Yeah.
Why do I call him Mike? Mike?
This thing, there's
Eichel.
Eichel. I'm going to say something. There's a guy at my work. He doesn't like when people call him Mike. He goes by Michael. So I'm just going to start saying, okay, hey, Eichel.
Did you know that is the same deal with Topher Grace? You know, from that 70s show.
Oh, his name's Christopher?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He hates being called Chris. So what he would do is when people call him Chris, he'd correct them and go Topher. This is true.
Yeah, I know. I remember
so he just took it as his stage name when he Topher. Topher.
You douchebag.
But yeah, I kind of want to slap him for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Daddy. What are the chances that you're going to keep calling him Eichel, and he's just going to think he's mishearing you?
Probably. I don't talk to him very often, so as much as possible, I can get away with. How about that? Don't like the guy. So does that make that this week in bullshit? Almost an hour into the show. We're finally done with that part.
I guess moving on.
It's kind of, you know what? It's kind of all mixed together.
No, it is. It's
State of the
it's a
show.
fucking clusterfuck today.
Uh-huh.
But, we do have something legitimate to talk about. But, I guess, we've... I mean, we're going to keep bullshitting. You know how that goes.
Well, yeah, of
but,
course.
I guess we should probably talk about some legitimate things, too.
Uh-huh.
I think we've had a pretty great year. And to go back to that real quick, it really is. It's great to have, M and CJ here with us. And, here's to another year of that, right?
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of things do we have planned for 2025, guys?
Well, we are notorious for planning things ahead.
Recently.
Yeah, we weren't so much, but now we are, which is weird.
Well, and I think we'll find a happy medium for that. Or
Fingers
I
crossed.
think maybe a more natural medium. Because it's been kind of nice, but also someone
hectic.
like us.
I think they just, very unlike us.
It's been positive overall, though.
Oh, I agree. Well, I know this coming year, I want to finish off our 101
Uh-huh.
and our Practical Third series. I don't know how many those are, but those both have clocks over their heads.
Yeah, they're not going to be a forever thing, but they're very informative, and people have reached out and really liked both of the series.
No, which is great, but the 101 has to end at some point.
Yeah.
We have to be done with the 101 shit. And that'll probably end
At some point,
first.
you stop being beginners.
Exactly. I don't know how much more there is to that, but I'm sure we can come up with a couple more. Practical Third, how many more is that? It's not a forever series either.
No,
But
it's only one of the auspices.
and, only so many topics to cover. But obviously the game will continue. Chapter 4, for one.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I hope you guys have really been enjoying the series. I think we've been cooking with the game.
Yeah, we have.
Of course, that's going to be either last week or next week, or maybe a little bit of both. So we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, some of it has.
No, we'll just
leave it.
It's been a really good time.
I'm glad you guys think so. I've been loving it too. But again, the 2 episodes surrounding this are about the game. So moving on. I don't want to.
Yeah. Been hearing about it a lot so far. You're going to hear about it a little bit more.
Exactly. I would like to revisit the Tribal series,
Uh-huh.
but that's going to be a little trickier thing, and that's going to be related to something coming up later. Today. We're going to talk about it today. But it's something I really like to do. There's some aspects of the game that I would love to talk about. We're, going to find the lens. I would love to finally get our Black Labyrinth showed on.
We've been,
Like for 2 years,
Yeah,
man.
I
It just
know.
hasn't happened. And
Stars have not aligned.
no. I would like them to.
trying.
Yeah.
Something's always come up or whatever.
I'd like to do some more storyteller related stuff. I think I mentioned briefly earlier that I'd like to have Phil on at some point, our buddy Phil,
Yep.
who is a solid storyteller in his own right. So I'd like to get the extra perspective, maybe do some fun shit with that. I don't know.
Yeah. Another one of our, beloved series, the Two Wolves. And I imagine we're going to get... we still have more ideas, and people send in ideas for those all the time. We are still trying to get through those, but at the same time, we have our guests, and we can get like Phil on, and we can do episodes like that.
Yeah.
Those are kind of big deals. That's definitely in the pipeline.
Yep. You see more of Grant.
Oh
That's
yeah.
it's been a timing thing. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Of course,
He'll
because
find
why
out.
would he listen about it if he's not on it? He's not going to listen to it.
doesn't know. He'll be here though. It's fine.
He doesn't know it yet, but he'll be here.
He'll be here. There are a few other guests that I have in mind that I we haven't done, so I can't talk about, and I certainly don't want to jinx it. And what makes that worse, right? Because I haven't reached out to some of these people yet. I would hate to have this be the way.
Did they hear about it?
Yeah, and they're like, fucking no. And like, this is how I find out. They're like, hey, Porter.
Yep, they said no.
Yeah, Guy X heard you on the show and laughed his ass off. They were like, the audacity. Oh,
that would suck.
I will say real quick, there is definitely one achievement that we can point out for the podcast from this last year. Real quick, taking a small detour away from looking at the future.
sure.
You guys had fucking Mark Ryan Hagen on the show.
Yes, we did.
Holy shit.
Yes, we did. That was pretty great.
I never thought something like that would have happened. Especially when we first started this show, we knew we're just a couple small town guys that just putting a show together that we like.
Did you just start to quote Journey?
No, not on purpose.
Okay.
How lonely is your world?
It's not so lonely anymore. You know what? That's it. That's all I got. We're not so lonely anymore. But no, it was having someone like with a name of that stature. That's a big fucking deal.
Yes. We were I was very psyched to have that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent fucking accomplishment for a podcast.
I remember when it happened, and we were holding off on the information. It's like we wanted to brag about it so much, we just couldn't say anything until the stuff was actually recorded.
Right.
And then we couldn't say very much more than that because the show hadn't aired yet. It was like, oh man, what do we do?
There was a lot of we can't talk about that this year.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a couple big ones that we still can't talk about. The dice don't always roll in your favor.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yep.
They weren't botches, but they weren't successes either.
That said, things lead to other things. And that's going to be my segue, bitches.
Okay.
Because we do have an announcement for the future. We have all...
How do you want to start this?
How do I want to phrase this?
Well,
we have been pretty quiet over the years about W5.
yes.
There have been a joke here and there. We did our roundtable way back when.
Right.
And I was correct a lot, I guess. I say I guess because I have not gone back to listen to that episode.
No, I know.
I have been told that most of my predictions were correct.
Yep. And there was a lot of, and again, I didn't read this, but there were people telling me, like, no, this is what happens. And I was like, oh, every time you say this, all I can think of is Porter going, I told you so.
And that's fine. The book came out. Yeah, I read it. Danny didn't. That's fine.
Some of it.
Did you?
Some of it.
Okay. It's CJ's read it. I mean, I didn't cover to cover
a
the
good
thing.
bit of it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here covered to cover the thing.
No way.
Em, did you cover to cover the thing?
I played it a little bit.
Oh my god.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I'm going to give everything its fair shot.
I think you gave it a more than fair shot, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't know. We'll go back to that.
Yeah.
We have opinions, and we haven't.
We tried very hard to keep our opinions to ourselves.
Yeah. But, we have this neat thing, is I disagree with what they've done with it. And I know I'm certainly not the only one. And so you come to a point where it's like, well, do something about it. And so, here's the thing is, we have been.
Yeah.
It has not been anyone's first priority.
Surprise.
Yeah, but for the last, I don't know...
year and a half?
Yeah, something like
two.
that. We have been working on a little project that we are here to officially announce.
We've mentioned it, and there's been a little joke here and there.
A little hint here and there, over the years. Yeah. But while it's not ready, we are here to officially announce a little something I'm calling Werewolf Beyond the Apocalypse, which, when ready, will be appearing on the Storyteller's Vault.
Hey-yo. It's official.
Yeah, now we got to do it.
Yeah, now it's official. It's been in the works for, like, and again, we've hinted and we've made the joke. If we were to do it this way, this might be what we would have done if we were doing it this way. Well, guess what? That's what's happening.
No, over the years, you've heard a couple things here and there. You've been a long-time listener. You've got some ideas about the direction things are going to go. The official name that we're running with is Beyond the Apocalypse, BTA.
I love it.
And what this is going to be is it's a, it's not 5th edition, certainly, but it's a alternate world, I guess. Yeah. It's set in the modern day, running with the premise that 2nd edition happened. Revised happened up until the final battle. But that the final battle did in fact happen. The Garu won, and the world kept turning. What's going on today?
Yeah. Now what?
Right. But not only now what, but the final battle was 20 years ago.
Yeah, so exactly. Not only now what, but now what, and then since then.
What has changed and what have been the ripples from it?
Absolutely. Now, yes, it's an announcement, but we're trying also not to give you too many spoilers.
No, obviously, I would love to sit here and talk about all of it, but we can't give everything away, obviously.
No, why would you buy the book if that's the case?
Well, right. Well, not only that, but because, of the nature of stuff like the Storyteller's Vault. Look, I'm not pointing fingers. Like, I'm not. I don't have any names to name. But, we all know that there are people out there who suck just in the world. And, what's to stop...
Not just Dracula's.
Right. And, what's to stop them from just taking the things that I say and printing it first or printing it at the same time?
Yeah.
And so there's a limit to what we want to say and want to divulge, but we totally want to talk about it.
So what kinds of things can you tell us about it?
Okay, well, I can say that, again, it is going to be a setting upgrade. I will further the meta plot. You will be in a world, again, 20 years after the apocalypse. So the ramifications of what has happened to the Garu Nation in that time. We want to revisit what all of the tribes are doing. Some will change directions a little bit. I know I want to overhaul the camps to an extent. My combat system, of course, will be included.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of people have been asking.
It'll finally be there.
Yep.
And when we do that, we're also going to include modifications for certain gifts that might conflict with it. So that's important too. We want to make sure the ducks are around. And the cool thing about the Storyteller's Vault system is we can, if something falls through the cracks, we can go back and fix it, and you can re-download it, right?
Yeah.
Which is really nice. We can do those kind of edits if we need to. But like I said, the meta, the combat system is going to be in there. I want to take another look at the tribes because, and I've said this before in the year, something that has bothered me is the lack of detail on the tribal culture.
Yeah.
And
I was going to ask about it.
Yeah, that's something we are really, really going to hit home. I want there to be a difference between a Get a Fenris and a Fianna other than, choice of drink, color of fur, and fake accent.
Funny.
Thank you.
So you said it was 20 years after the apocalypse?
That's correct. We're going with the original timeline. We are ignoring, however, any canon ending. I feel strongly that the apocalypse is too big of a subject to be told how it went. How I envision it is that's how that went or how it didn't is up to your individual table. But there are things that did happen. It's just that no one can talk about it. Whatever happened on that day, the day of the final battle, whether it is mystical or what, those who survived cannot speak about it. It doesn't appear in the battleground. It's sort of this big question mark, but what we know is the world didn't end, therefore the Garu won.
Fun.
I like that. Obviously I know some of this stuff, but there's also some of the stuff Porter is still keeping, close to his chest for. Yeah, we're RAI and we're a team here, but, this is still this is kind of like Porter's baby here. So there is still some stuff he's keeping close to the chest.
You said it was a setting.
No, it's modern day. It's an alternate setting, I suppose would be the way.
Alternate setting. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep.
All right, that helps me.
So it's
That's my next question.
It's not official White Wolf. It's Storyteller's Vault.
Yeah,
It's technically
of course.
fanfic.
Yeah, Storyteller's Vault. So it would be like playable outside of the 90s, like in modern day, like with modern technology.
Well, again, it's set modern day.
Okay, yeah, that was my question. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that. Because 20 doesn't always allow for that. It doesn't really write that in. It's kind of mostly storyteller discretion there.
No, it's true. 20 was created originally, to be the timeline of second edition into modern day. But it was set today instead of then, which is fine, but it did make things kind of wonky here and there. And I mean, look, they didn't really patch the timelines together until the final book of the line. This is not, I mean, you maybe just shouldn't have, but it's not my place to judge. It doesn't matter. It was a creative decision fine. But, it was one of these things that I wanted to touch down on because there are some issues with the idea of the modern day that I took issue with. I had questions that I didn't feel were resolved, and I answered those. Stuff like, how do you keep a cairn hidden in a world of Google Maps?
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
Like I said,
the gauntlet not completely impenetrable.
Right. I'm factoring these in. These are questions that are answered and built into the setting.
Beautiful.
I will say you are saying this is a setting book, an alternate setting. Is it still going to run off of the 20th mechanics and system?
Well, and see, that's the thing too, right? Is it absolutely will. There might be some slight modifications, obviously, for my combat system. And, some roles that maybe are preferred to be one way or the other. But really, that's your storyteller's discretion, like something like Fallen Touch. But it was important to me that your old books still work.
I had that feeling.
Yeah, I like that.
Obviously the 5 stuff is incompatible because it's a whole different thing.
Yeah, and it's not even compatible to what we have now before.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's its own different thing. So it's
a different system.
Yeah, but so the same old storyteller system that has worked, all the way up, still works. I don't want any of those books to go to waste. They will all be compatible. Like I said, there's the tiny things, and they'll be touched down on any changes. But I want them all to still be useful. I don't want you to have to, go, oh, well, none of these work anymore. No, all of these, most of these should work. 90% of them should work. I can't see the future. I'm just making up numbers. But the intent here.
Yeah, there's the intent.
If you've known how to play Werewolf or any of the World of Darkness since 20th and before, you should be able to play with this system no problem, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to the point where if you don't like my combat system, you can use the one that exists. It's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. The new meta is still there. The new concepts are still there. The new tribal stuff is still, and it doesn't overwrite what you've what you've read in the tribe books, because I'm not touching down on human culture. You have that already. You can already read that. I want you to here's the stuff that you didn't get to, that they talked about but didn't tell you.
That was kind of my next point to bring up, is there's a lot of stuff that should have been there that never was. And here it is, the perfect opportunity to expand upon.
No, 100%. I will say something I'm really looking forward to do. And CJ's been on this with me. We have a couple other people helping out too. I don't want to drop any names yet because I didn't tell them I was doing this.
Oops! They'll know before this comes out. Maybe.
But CJ's been with me on this. We've talked about this quite a bit. Is how we are going to have tribal culture and spirit broods inform cairn creation and cairn feel. How we will be handling, and this is kind of a new system. How we're going to handle multi-tribal cairns, cairn types, in terms of how they are run, how they feel broken down by tribe.
Okay.
It's I don't know, CG, what do you think?
My biggest thing that I would have to say with it is in my mind, the goal is not to take anything away, not to just drastically change anything, but it's to add to expand, make it deeper. Something that exists but isn't very fleshed out, to actually give it its time in the spotlight, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Make it matter.
Give it its own identity.
100%. You know, and it's you look, I'm having trouble, right?
Well, yeah,
Not giving things away.
Well, again, we as
We
a
could be here for
team,
another 3 hours just talking about that shit if we could just go all out, but
Right.
you know, as a team, this has been in the works for close to 2 years. And again, Porter is keeping some of the stuff close to his chest. And yes, I know some of the stuff, and I am only trying to bring up others. And then there's also questions I'm having that I don't already know. There's questions I'm having that I do kind of know. There's questions that M's bringing in. But it's what do we talk about without going too far? Because again, we don't want to spoil it, but we want it to be an awesome and fun surprise for you guys.
Right. I mean, we also want to protect.
Yes, and we're protecting ourselves at the same time.
Do you guys have an estimated day or time or month that you might be coming out with it?
Right now, and I hate to say this, right, because I have a thing with deadlines.
Yeah.
You know, you guys, if you don't, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't know at this point. But, you know, Danny and I coming from the Motor City, you know, working in automotive or automotive adjacent, deadlines are important and they mean something. And we were raised that you don't fuck around with those.
Right.
So when something's late, for me, that's a problem.
Agreed.
I do not expect it to come out in 2025. I would like to aim for early 2026.
But there's still a lot of work to happen.
There is, because until we made this announcement, it's been a back burner project. But we made the decision to talk about it because we're excited about it, right? We want to do it.
Yeah.
But also we thought this is going to help light a fire under us.
Yep. Turn that burner on.
Right? Like Dave Porter, the pressure's on you. You're the one who announced it, dumbass. People now know and they're waiting on it and
possibly getting excited.
Oh yeah, no, there's a handful of people who are like who probably already had this thought
there's
in
a couple
mind.
people. It's not the most well-kept secret around the Discord.
I can think of a few off the top of my head right now. He goes, "Oh, it's about fucking time he said something."
Right.
Like I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it.
But yeah, so I would like to say early 2026. And that's the best I can give you.
That's perfectly fine. I was just wondering.
No, it's a good question. You know, I don't want to.
Yeah, it
Okay.
sounds like a fun thing to utilize if you're somebody like me who really enjoys like the modern setting.
I think the new meta will give you a lot to play with too.
Nice.
Because I mean, the question, you know, when you think you've won,
That's my favorite part about this, but I can't bring it up.
but yeah, in the time since that the nation has been just completely fractured, so that becomes part of the setting as well. That individual tribe is much more important. I will say that to alleviate, we're not trying to cut out multi-tribal packs or discourage it. It's part of it. It's in there too. We got it covered. So you don't have to change up the way you're doing things necessarily.
It's just a case on the wider whole. Here's this race of warriors fighting this war since creation. We won. Now what?
Yeah.
And no one says, hey, let's go to the beach, but no one agrees how to do it. And no one has to listen to anyone else because you're not the boss of me. It's super paraphrased, obviously.
Well, yeah, but it's funny the way you put it. Oh, this is exciting. This is a long time coming.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it.
See, that's awesome. But yeah. So yeah, that's Werewolf BTA, as we're calling it. It'll be a series of smaller books, I think is the plan.
Okay.
I want to do the base one and give you a little, give you the meta, give you the combat, give you a little bit on the tribes.
Overview.
Yeah.
Synopsis.
Certainly. And then what we can do is, in time, we can do other releases to expand on. I thought that was probably the better idea because we can get those out quicker and it's more manageable than doing just a big-ass tribe book. Or a big-ass core book kind of thing.
Big-ass core book of everything. Yeah, that would take... And it would take significantly longer.
And that's, I want to get this out for people.
Uh-huh. Like I said, I can think of a select handful right off the top of my head. We're just thinking, fuck yeah!
I wish we were closer to the date, because I'd love to just, boom, here it is, everybody.
Yeah, if we had it, we could, but...
But that is the announcement. That's our big one there. I will say, so if by the time this airs, if there's less of me in the Discord, you know why.
Yep.
And Porter, that's more of those can't talk about it that you get to scratch off.
It's true. No, there's been a lot of that.
Uh-huh.
Because again, it's been a couple of years now. I know we've had a couple people on some of those regular hangout nights. But hey, Porter, I can't talk about that.
Yep. Well, what do you think about this?
Or,
I would tell you, but I can't talk about it.
Or the few times we get on Q&A, or the Q&A, it's hey, how would y'all do X? How would you do Y?
I can't talk about it.
But if we were writing a book,
we
would probably talk about it. Well, guess what? Now we're going to talk about it eventually.
and I think we will be talking about aspects of it as we go, which is we got to find that balancing act to where, like I said, we talked earlier, I want to do the tribal series. I want to do it through the lens of BTA. I want to talk about that kind of stuff. Because again, it's not about, like CJ said, it's not about taking stuff away. It's about adding
upon and expanding upon.
Right. Nothing...
Evolving, like things do.
Absolutely. Thus far, and this is the continued intent, is we don't want to take away or contradict anything meaningful. Maybe a rule here and there if it's got to go, or a gift, thing.
Right.
But, I don't want to... We don't want to take away. We want to add. We want to evolve it. Thank you, Em.
Yeah. Because cultures and people and things change over time. That's just a fact of life. Things change over time. They don't just disappear and become new things.
Well, it was something that was important to me, too, from a behind-the-scenes standpoint, is, one of the big counter-arguments, I suppose, when people would speak about their disinterest or dissatisfaction with 5 is well, you're just afraid of change. You just don't want things to change. We're changing a lot. That's not what it's about.
It was never about change. It was about unnecessary change.
Or the direction the change went. Or, again, we're not here. I am not here to... I'm not interested in it. And given a talking to about, I don't want to talk about bad at them. I want to talk about good about here.
Fair.
Hooray.
This is you did like these changes. Well, do something about it. Well, we are.
Yes. That's exactly what this is. This is what we're doing.
And again, this has been 2 years in the making, and this was before W5 even came out. The start of this.
Well, it started as what would you do if? Well, probably this and maybe that. And then it expands.
And then W5 did come out, and it's okay, since you were right, now I can do it this way, this way, and this way.
Well, it becomes maybe I should.
Uh-huh.
I love this game. I kind of hate what's going on out there now. And
I think what you're talking about the wedge that's pushing everyone apart.
Yes. I'm talking about the fact that you have W5, and there are a few people who like that, but mostly not. Okay, you have fans, the people that are fans of Forsaken, and you can like more than one thing.
Yeah, no one's saying can't.
Right, but then you have so that's already 3 separate games.
Yeah.
You're allowed to like the things you like.
Sure. But right now, that's 3 separate games. Then we hear about there's the this other werewolf game coming out. I don't know the name of it. I'm not trying to give anyone free press, but I'm also not
Oh, yeah.
No one's my enemy here. I just don't know what it's called. But I guess there's a new one coming out with some of the people who worked on Forsaken, I guess. And, and so there's another werewolf game. And then Mark is working on Fang Night, or Beast Night. And that's another werewolf-related game.
Right.
And it's a niche fucking thing in the first place. And it's all these different games that spread from the core of Werewolf the Apocalypse. And I feel like if...
You brought it back to what it was originally for.
Yeah, let's get back and embrace that core of the apocalypse, Werewolf the Apocalypse. Porter, I don't beyond the apocalypse. I used to look at it. Just shut up. Just go with it. The spirit is there, and that's what I want. I want to embrace that spirit, and yeah, we can move it forward, and we can make changes, we can do things to continue the game, but we do it from a place of love. We do creative choices for creative reasons. It's about respect and wanting to bring, this whole thing together. I hate that the community is so fractured. And so, yeah, we're trying. I'm going to try to do my version. Hope maybe that will help bring people back into the fold and
remove that wedge.
Yeah. You still play their games. Cool. It's not a zero-sum thing. But
just because you play other games doesn't mean that wedge has to be there.
Right.
Because right now, that wedge is absolutely just pushing everyone apart. If you don't like this game, well, you can't like this game. That's what we're trying to avoid and fix.
Or you have people that have heard bad takes about Werewolf. About Apocalypse. Or have the wrong idea because they were misinformed, or because whatever. It doesn't matter why.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Listen, thank you.
Yeah.
Remove that wedge.
That's a weird sentence, but they got it to them.
Yeah. But it's a good sentiment. It's a good mission to strive for with this. Yeah, giving people more cool stuff to do in Werewolf. And driving closer to what it's might, be at its core.
I'm so excited about some of these changes, too.
Yeah, I know, me too. Some of the big ones, yeah. And again, can't talk about them. Fuck.
Like, I could sit here for an hour and talk about the Glasswalkers and Bone Gnawers right now.
Yeah, just those two.
Oh my god.
Oh, we could talk about what happens with some of those canon NPCs after the final battle.
Yeah, that's something I'm sorry already. That's something I'll give you. It's been 20 years since the final battle.
Right. It's already... Yeah.
It's been a painful decision as we talk about some of our meta NPCs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love Mother Larissa. But she's like 118 as of 2002.
Right. And now we're adding 20 years since the apocalypse.
Yeah, Mother Larissa's dead, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You can play
it just makes sense.
I know, but it hurts. I don't want her to go.
But you have to make decisions.
She is
that
super
make sense.
dead. She is Orville Redenbacher's grandmother. There is no way, even with Gyro aging. And you can golden rule it.
She can always come back as an ancestor spirit.
It's okay. That's true. She's in the afterlife now.
Right? Or you can golden rule it, or you can go, no, we're still going to play this we're playing in 2010. Fuck it. Did you give that freedom, golden rule, yo? But in our canon that we're going to present, I'm sorry, Mama.
It's been too long. It's been too long. I'm
sorry, Mama.
We had to make some...
You're dead.
We had to make some tough choices.
She's earned her rest. She's earned it.
Oh, I mean, she's the only one. We're not gonna, but she's the only one.
Yeah.
It's been difficult. I'm so sorry.
20 years doesn't sound like a lot of time until you start lining it up with people's ages.
Right, until you're already 95.
Right.
Yeah.
They made it that long? Fuck. Why?
I can't justify this.
They shouldn't have been this long. And 20 more years? That's ridiculous.
But that gives new, interesting little plot points and scenarios and what-ifs that can be explored.
Absolutely. Also...
Try filling Mother Larissa's shoes.
I won't, but I have the answer to that.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you, but I won't. But that's something, too, that was important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is the question of who is in charge of the tribes? looking at the current state of things, and current, I don't mean but the Margrave is running the Shadow Lords. Elbright is the leader of the Silver Fangs. You can point to certain NPCs, right, and go, this is the person in charge of, or, a couple members of the Glasswalker Board of Directors. But who leads the Uktena?
Good question.
We know who the Arthright is. We know who's running the Fianna. Who's the head Wendigo?
Also a good question.
Have they never said?
No.
Nope.
Huh.
So,
I love the Uktena.
We're going to answer those questions, though. You're going to know who's running what tribes.
Oh, this is fucking exciting. Oh my god. To alleviate some of that pressure to be able to talk about this now. Some of this now.
Right.
Just alleviate just a little bit of the pressure. Oh, man.
You know what I think is neat, too?
What's that?
Is, if you've been a long-time listener of the show, you have heard some NPCs, from my games pop up every now and then. No one's ever heard of Whiplash, I swear. I have no intention of including these characters.
Oh, I know. No, they're their own NPCs. That doesn't mean they're part of the meta plot of this.
Well, I think that would be about me, and this isn't about me.
Right.
This is about the game.
Maybe a little too self-indulgent.
Exactly.
I think there was that problem in the Child of Gaia core book of, the author made the note of one of the characters in there is a player character from one of his players that he ran a game with.
And that's a nice thing.
And it got real self-indulgent. Though.
Right. It's a nice sentiment, but that becomes the problem. That's the thing, is this isn't about any one person. This is about everybody, and this is about the game. And, now that said, can I promise the Silent Howl won't be mentioned in a story, one of those italic little stories somewhere in a book? I can't promise that, but I don't plan on it. Certainly not.
If it makes sense to a side story, sure.
But like a tale around a fire, and even then, I don't have plans to.
Yeah.
Right. I know. I know what you're saying. And again, it's only if it's a tale around a fire kind of thing, and only if it makes sense. But that is so far down on the list of priorities.
Yeah. It's Sage Windover Mountain is not in charge of the Stargazers.
I mean, that would be cool, but...
Yes, ma'am.
Is there going to be, art in there?
Yes, there will.
Absolutely.
Fun.
You
don't have to say anymore, but that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Continue, though. Sorry.
Yes, there will be art. With the Storyteller's Vault system, I guess there's art you can use. I'll get into that more. But I would like to have some original art. I have tentative plans for the cover. But I won't. It's not.
That's one of the ones that's close to the chest, because I know it's there, but you won't even tell me.
Yeah, I just wanted to yes or no. No,
100%, because there will be art.
Cool.
Oh, this is fun. Oh, man, it's so nice to be able to fucking finally say this.
It's still difficult, because there's so much we can't.
Right. Again, we can talk about this for another 2 to 3 hours.
I have.
I know. I know.
Danny, you've missed out on some of the brainstorming sessions between me and Porter.
No, I have not.
No, you have. I guess you've heard about some of them later.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say,
true.
And then I just heard about them later.
True. I will say...
the condensed version.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, it's true, but...
I don't remember the first time we had referenced the Special Projects Division of RAI.
Yep.
That's the Discord dedicated to that.
Yep.
No, you can't join it.
That is a very, very select group.
But yeah, that's how far back. However, when that happened,
it's
I like saying that too. The Special Projects, it sounds like it's all fucking lofty and important, and not like a game about werewolves.
It sounds very Cloak and Dagger, but yeah,
right. Like it's aggressively nothing, but it's like in the grand scheme of.
It absolutely sounds fun.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, this is great.
I hope you guys are excited about it. I'm sure questions will file in. And we will, of course, answer what we can and talk about what we feel comfortable talking about as we go. And then CJ will police the shit out of me. and that's good.
Yeah, CJ is the diplomatic one because I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I like all these. These sound great.
Right? You just be like, "Oh, this is great. Keep talking. This is cool."
Because again, there's some stuff that I don't know, but there's also stuff that I do know that I shouldn't know, kind of thing. And it's like, no, it sounds great. We should absolutely talk about this. And CJ's like, well, if we do that, then you do this, and that's a problem.
Yeah,
fuck, he's right.
I get to be the fun police.
It's all right.
You're the Philodox.
Fucking fun badge and talk too much. I'll be under fun arrest. Whatever.
Porter's not allowed to talk for the next 24 hours.
I don't know if he would want to right now, but
I'm surprised I'm still going now.
I know.
I still got the guy named Blake.
the secret's out. It's there. It's a thing. It's no longer a select few people who know about it.
No, now it's every goddamn buddy.
Yeah.
Let the scrutiny begin. I chose this.
Yep, I know.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Em?
Yeah, I'm excited to read it, see it, use it.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it. I have more questions that I won't ask because I know that they're too in detail.
Well, I mean, you can ask them; they just won't air.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to ask them, then we can decide not to air it, or we'll just say, sorry, can't answer it.
I know for a fact that you won't answer them, so I can wait till we're not recording.
That's fair. Because, like, no, I'll tell you.
Obviously,
Exactly,
yeah.
but I'm gonna wait till you're not recording, so you don't have to cut around
Just
it.
in case.
No, that's sweet of you. Thank you. So yeah, it's nice to finally be able to talk about it.
Uh-huh.
And it's so surreal, you know, to start where we did.
Uh-huh.
And
And now all of a sudden,
right, and it's like, hey, now I'm gonna, and you know, let's be clear, it's fucking fanfic. This isn't official, but it's still, you know, I'm working on a book that's going to be contributing to this game that I love. So I'm glad the Storyteller's Vault exists so I can do that and not get sued into oblivion. But it's
well, it's unfortunate it had to go that direction, but hey.
well, you know,
Well, that's the point in, like, you know, loving a game and playing it so much. You can build off of it and create your own world, and Storyteller's Vault exists for you to do that.
no, right, and that's excellent. It's surreal that I, like, because I could do that anyway, but it's surreal that, like, there are going to be people who care about this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, and it's awesome. And, you know, like, I'm excited to see people be excited, and I'm not excited for people to do the other part of that. But it is part of the deal, right?
Yeah.
All you could do is try to stay true to a vision, and, you know, that's the thing, is we have some awesome people helping, and I'm going to say this way. You know, there's some great people who are helping me, but it is ultimately, it's my vision, which also means that if it goes wrong, it's my fault. And when the finished product comes on the line and someone doesn't like something, it's no one's fault but mine.
Yeah, you were the captain of this ship.
Yep. You know, I value the shit out of people's opinions, and you know that. Really,
Absolutely,
not
yes.
everyone's, but, you know. But ultimately, the buck will stop with me. So, and I don't anticipate that, right? But I would hate to live in a world where this book comes out and CJ's name is on it too, and people attack CJ because they don't like it. No, it's me, not him. Me.
Yeah, no,
Way
I get
ahead of
it.
myself.
It's no, and I know what you're saying, because again, you were the captain of the ship. You're the one ultimately responsible for everything.
Yep.
So if someone doesn't like a part that I had a part in, or like, oh, Dan edited this, so Dan's a piece of shit. I mean, you're not wrong, but like,
Also, it's just fanfic. It's somebody else's idea. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it.
Well, yeah, but people are passionate about the thing that they care about, and that's a good thing up until a point.
agreed. So again, when I say you were the captain of the ship, everything will be filtered through you. Everything, 100% of everything,
Good or ill. But it's, you know, I want to make sure no one else,
right? And you know,
because I know.
yes,
Because I
you
know.
do know, yeah.
Yeah.
And you also
how
know
people
that,
on the internet are.
Yep.
and I'm sure you also know that the rest of the RAI team is behind you 100%. I don't even have to say, right, you guys, because I know I'm speaking for all three of us.
I don't know that you are.
I would hope so.
See, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus here.
Okay, fine. I won't say it, but I'll say it to me. You know I'm 100% behind you.
No, I know, man. I know. I appreciate it. It's going to be an exciting year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a busy year. It's going to be a difficult year. And I hope ultimately worth it. And I hope you guys stick with us and continue your support. And we hope that you're hip to what's going on in the future.
Yeah.
You know, and if you know, the show will still go on. We're not, you know, this isn't, the other thing isn't going to affect the show. It's not going to affect game.
Going to still continue as normal.
Oh, yeah. I'll just be a bit busier while I write the new game.
It's his passion project.
It was. Now there's a clock.
Yep.
Now they know I have to do it.
Yeah.
If we didn't do this show, I could take another 3 years and who gives a shit. But
Kinda, yeah.
But I think that's about our time.
Yeah, we had our fun, and we knew we weren't really doing a show.
We had a top end where we had a lot of fun, and then we did this, and it got kind of real. And sorry. We'll tell more dick jokes later.
But you said it. It's a passion thing, and we've put our fucking hearts and souls into the show, and now all of a sudden, we got to start splitting the amount of effort putting into the show into this new book and into this new game.
Yep.
And it doesn't mean we're losing 100% of that effort. It just means now that...
It's not that we love you less. It's just that there's less love to go around.
I love it. Perfect. Perfectly said. That's perfectly said.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas from
Merry Christmas.
your family here at RAI. And we will see you next week for New Year's. Our actual play New Year's
something.
Nonsense.
Yep, nonsense. We'll just leave it at nonsense.
Take care, everybody. We wish you nothing but the best. I hope the rest of the day, hopefully they get us to it today, like for Christmas, so that your Christmas, you have a great Christmas. You know, you spend it with people you care about, regardless of what you actually believe. You know, it does. None of that matters.
Right.
It's the sentiment of being around people you love and you care about.
Absolutely.
And so hopefully you have that, and hopefully it's going to be a great day for you. And, you know, we love you. Fuck it. Keep your claws sharp and your head in a swivel, and, you know, see you next week.
Something, Sweet Home Alabama.